Have you ever noticed that just as things start to go right, maybe your business finally gains traction, or you've actually stuck to a habit for 3 weeks, you suddenly find a way to break it? You pick a fight, you forget a deadline, or you convince yourself that you're suddenly bored and need a brand new project. It's a strange, painful trap because it doesn't look like failure. It feels like you're just being restless or ambitious. But the truth is much quieter and a bit more uncomfortable. You aren't actually afraid of failing. You're afraid of what happens if you actually win. Welcome back to the Future Self Project. Today, we're going to talk about why we sabotage our own victories and how to finally step into the life you say you want. To understand this, I want to tell you a story about a man named Kael. Kael lived in a beautiful valley, but he spent his days inside a small, iron cage. He wasn't a prisoner. He had built the cage himself. He told everyone who passed by that he longed for the mountains beyond the horizon. He spoke of the endless potential of the peaks and how his life would finally change once he reached them. The strange thing was, the door to Kael's cage was never locked. It swung wide open. One day, an old traveler, much like the one who visited Elias the builder, stopped by. He watched Kael reach his hand out of the cage, touch the grass for a second, and then quickly pull it back inside to polish the iron bars. The traveler asked him a simple question. If the door is open, why do you remain in the dark? Kael looked at the open sky and shivered. He said, "Out there, I am just a traveler. I am small and I might get lost. But in here, I am the man who is destined for the mountains. In here, I am safe in my dreams." You see, Kael was addicted to the idea of the mountain, but he was terrified of the reality of the climb. We do this all the time. We stay in the cage of our current struggles because the bars are familiar. You know exactly how it feels to be the person who almost made it or the person who is just about to start. That version of you is safe. But the version of you that actually succeeds, that person is a stranger. To become that person, you have to leave the comfort of your old excuses behind. Think about a project you've started and stopped recently. At the beginning, you felt that fire and excitement. But then, just as the work started to get real, just as the wall slowly rose, you probably felt that empty and pointless sensation. That is the moment most people turn back. They mistake that lack of excitement for a sign that they've chosen the wrong seed. So they dig it up and try to plant it somewhere else. But as the traveler told Elias, the tree doesn't fail and the soil doesn't fail. The hand fails because it refuses to stay still. Sabotage is just your way of digging up your own seeds before they can ever become a giant oak that offers you real shade. We break our wins because we are addicted to beginnings. We love the lightning strike of a new idea, but we are terrified of the faithful continuation required to actually finish the house. Real growth doesn't feel like a celebration. Most of the time, it feels like the second day of work for Elias. No sudden joy, no lightning. Just the quiet, heavy work of placing one stone on top of another when you'd rather be doing literally anything else. If you want to stop sabotaging your wins, you have to accept that success is often very boring. You have to be willing to be the person who refuses to turn back every mile, just like a river reaching the sea. So here is my challenge for you today. Take a look at that open door in your life. What is the win you are currently running away from? Maybe it's a relationship that's getting serious, or a business that's finally demanding your full attention. Ask yourself, am I staying in this cage because I'm trapped, or because I'm afraid of the sky? Write down in the comments the one thing you've been leaving behind too early. Let's talk about it. Sometimes, just admitting that we are scared of our own success is the first step toward finally walking out of that door. Stay with us, stay focused, and remember, the only tree that grows is the one you stop moving. I'll see you in the next one.